3, 4, 5, 6, down, 8, 9, 1, stop now. Take down, let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, your 2008 Canadian Forces Snowbirds!
The mission statement of the Snowbirds would be to demonstrate the skill, professionalism, and teamwork of the Canadian Forces to the North American public. But I really think it goes beyond that. We're basically inspiring anyone from North America to go for your goals, go for your dreams. The Snowbirds are a perfect platform to spread that message that, you know, anything is achievable with the right amount of work and the right amount of effort.
The team was started in the 70s by the wing commander, Obi Philp, and he had a vision to have an aerial demonstration team. The team was preceded by several other successful demonstration teams. So there was a rich tradition of jet formation aerobatics in the Canadian Air Force at the time.
We, the Canadian public, wanted an aerobatic team. They felt it was their team. I said, well, let's get a formation demonstration team going, which I could do within my own authority, my own mandate.
You know, it was a schoolboy that named the Snowbirds, and in the last 10 years, it's really become a squadron as the Tudor was no longer flown as the training aircraft, and all that expertise came over to the squadron, and it went from a mere 24 people up to over 80, 86 people where it is today. The composition of the team is quite varied, and in terms of the pilots, we come from many different backgrounds. The common thread amongst all the pilots is they will have flown in a high-performance airplane with an ejection seat. And we have guys that have come from the helicopter world that have come up as instructors later on in their careers. And then we have fighter pilots with CF-18 background.
The Snowbirds will perform 3 different types of shows, and they are entirely weather dependent. On a beautiful sunny day, we'll perform what's called a high show, which involves a lot of vertical maneuvering. If the ceiling drops, we'll perform what's known as a low show, where we'll flatten out a lot of our maneuvers, and the show is basically like the high show, but it doesn't have quite the vertical development that the high show does. And then finally, on rainy days, on those really, really low cloud days, we have a flat show. And the flat show is just a series of 9-ship turning maneuvers, just to give the crowd something. Our pre-flight procedures consist of normally a 45-minute long brief, where we'll sit with the entire team and we'll go through the entire communications that will happen throughout the mission.
Pulling up, powering back, rolling, tightening, powering up, continuing, over the top, relaxing, arrow go, turning left, smoke off, now.
We will ensure that our airplane is actually serviceable, and we'll confer with our technician for that. And then we'll walk out to the airplane and we'll do a thorough pre-flight inspection before going to fly the mission. The
Tudor is an amazing airplane. And although it wasn't designed for aerobatics or jet formation flying, it's been adapted just marvelously. The wing loading allows us to stay close together and fly in tight formations, and the way of the T-tail structure allows us to mix into each other and provide just a great silhouette in the sky. And the airplane just forming a plus sign almost in the sky. It looks very symmetrical in of itself, and then we expand that to the other, by adding other airplanes and making even larger formations that are symmetrical. The different roles that the Snowbirds have is foremost, we fly, and that's our primary role as air demonstrators. But in many other ways, we connect with Canadians and North Americans alike. Austin has a great name. I'll sign right above the number 1, that's the airplane I fly. We'll do numerous school visits, and we'll probably, in some peak months, we'll be doing 2 to 3 school or hospital visits per week. And we're meeting thousands upon thousands of people when we do that. After every show, we sign our autographs and we'll meet with the crowds, and we'll stay till the last person is there. And sometimes it can be an hour and a half, 2 hours, when we're meeting with the kids and their parents. And it's just a great opportunity to actually connect with the people that have just seen the show.
There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, like in any production, there is a big behind the scenes, and there certainly is a large behind the scene for the Snowbirds. We do travel with 24 people on the road, and that would be 11 jets. We have the 9 show pilots that do the aerial display. We have 2 coordinator pilots that do the commentary and the safety pilot duties. And in all of those airplanes are technicians and a public affairs officer. Back home, we have over 60 more people that are behind the scenes, and there'll be another 8 to 9 aircraft that are going through periodic maintenance cycles.
As crew chief, my responsibilities, I have 11 technicians under my control, 9 of them that fly with the aircraft. The 10th one is a supply tech, and the 11th technician is the MSE op that drives our MSV, which is a mobile support vehicle. The crew I have is an awesome crew. We're well designed, well equipped to handle just about any snag that arises. From the history of the Snowbirds, we have never missed a show due to maintenance.
My favorite memory on the team is definitely Canada Day on Parliament Hill in 2007. We were up there, the crowd was amazing, and I don't think it could have gone on any more perfect than it did that day. And just hearing the crowd explode when they heard the boss talk. So it was definitely one of probably the most exciting, most electrifying things I've been a part of in my life.
When I first joined the team, I joined to fly as a snowbird pilot, but I quickly learned in the training season and then right away in the first show season that it was much more than that. It was much bigger than just being a pilot. It actually even was bigger than the Air Force and the CF. It was something Canadian. In light of everything that's going on in Afghanistan and abroad, we think about those guys and gals over there daily when we fly those shows. And we tell people about what we do as Canadian Forces members. We are ambassadors for the Canadian Forces, and I can say that we're fiercely proud to be able to say that. We try to put on an aerial ballet. We really try to portray grace in the sky.
What I love the most about being a snowbird is that I get to share with the rest of the world what I love doing the most, which is fly airplanes. I get to spread the wonderful message of professionalism, skill, and teamwork that the Canadian Forces stands for, and mostly it's just plain fun.